This tutorial is about how to assign students tests and quizzes through their math book online. The goal is for you to use this to help students prepare for their milestone math tests. So I've called it something like a digital math boot camp. So let's see how to do this. First, you will log in to Launchpad. All students should know how to log into Launchpad as well. And then you click on the math book. The math book will be the McGraw-Hill Connect Add button, the red button. Then you're going to click on the teacher's edition of the math book. Right down here is where your classes are for this year. They say A and B, but that is because we go to math class every day. So you only need to look at the A sections. This will be A first block, A second block, and my A fourth block. If you want to look at the roster, just to make sure you have everybody there, you go to class menu, class management, and the roster will pop up. This is my first block, my first block. But this is something you really don't have to worry about because when they register for Fulton County, it automatically goes in and gives them all access to everything on Launchpad, including the math book. So to go to set up assessments, you're going to go up to menu, go down to assessment. If you look on the left side, you have the different chapters of the book. The right side is the tests and quizzes for each chapter. So all these are paper tests that you can print out or even send to students and have them printed out. But due to time and sometimes that the copy is not available or sometimes we run out of paper, we'll go all the way down to McGraw-Hill e-assessment and click on this. That is going to open up a new window. Oops, over. All right, so you have the ability to create new tests, your own tests by picking questions out of test bank or whatever. But for the sake of time, because we're in crunch time for the milestone, you're going to go to Test Generator, Classes and Assignments. And it's going to generate your classes. Now, if you've been here at Bear Creek for a while, it'll have a couple of classes from last year and the year before. But you're going to look for the one that has the A and B. That's a good thing about this. You don't have to manually type in your roster. It already has it set up so that the A and B is this year. So I'm going to click on my first block class and you drag it over to the blue section. And as you can see, I already have assignments up. So, and again, you can check your roster right here. One thing I want to say, if you have special ed students, all special ed students will be under the same teacher that they're under for their report card. So you have to generate a new role. That's the roster that'll be on. All right, so let's come back to assignments. So I have assigned assignments already. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on New Assignment. Yours will be blank. You're going to click on New Assignment. And right here, you don't have to type the name because when you select the test, it's going to automatically put it there. So let's select the test. Whatever math book you have. So the math book is by grade level. So if you have 6th grade, you click on the 6th grade book, A grade book. I'm 7th grade, so I'm clicking on the 7th grade book. And it's broken down by the chapters, just like the book. So I'm going to go down to chapter 4. And I only look at the lessons. Those are the quizzes for me, each lesson. So I'm going to do lesson 4-2, multiplication division equations. And you just highlight that. But before that, if you go all the way down here, these tests are for the chapters. So if you want to go over all the lessons in that chapter, you will click on a test. And test 1, they're based on rigor. 1 is the easiest, 3 has more rigor. So So for this, I highlight multiplication and division questions, click OK, and as you can see, it automatically put it in the name section. Category, you can put it as test or quiz. I'm going to put mine as quiz. You hit next. This is again your roster to make sure you can, like if you don't want to assign somebody, you can just move them over here if you don't want to assign that person that particular assignment, but you keep everybody there, you just leave everybody the same right there. Click next. Now what I have done, allowed them 2 chances to take the assignment. So if they mess up on the first quiz, they can do that same one and take it again a second time, and it'll send me the highest grade. Right here, you do have a specific date, time range if you want to, a start date and end date, but you don't have to, so I'm not going to do that right now. So I'll go click on next, and you only need them to see their score. I'll click on next, and then finish. And once I do that, it'll populate. As you can see, that's the assignment right there, and you're done. And yes, you're going to have to do it for each class. So you got 3 blocks. You have to do it for each block. That could be tedious at the beginning, but once you finish, the goal is that Monday and Tuesday, that's all they're doing. They're practicing their math. And the good thing about it, you can send an email out to the teachers, your grade level teachers, because you don't see your kids every day. And just tell them if they're not doing anything in their class, they can be working on math, getting ready for the milestone math. So it's enough skills that they can work on for the next 2 days in all their classes. As you can see, during these testing schedules, we're in classroom for a lengthy amount of time. All right. So now I'm going to show you from a student's perspective how it looks. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through student account. So if a student doesn't know how to get the Launchpad, they can Google Fulton Launchpad, and it'll pop up normally first. And you just click on that, and they just sign in with their username, their lunch number, and their password is their birth date. And they click on the same book, McGraw-Hill Connect Ed. Now, if they've been to Bear Creek for the past couple of years, it'll have both books. So it might say 6th, 7th, 8th. So you make sure they click on the book that they're in now, or the grade level they're in now. So you click on the book, and it'll have a reminder down here about homework that you have some assignments that are due. But they need to go to the menu tab and tap homework. And then click on where it says due later, and all the assignments will pop up. And so this is the assignment that we just put in, multiplication and division equations. And so here's the thing. If you notice, we didn't have a time limit, so they automatically put a time limit of this time next year. That's the only thing, that if you don't have a time limit, it'll just extend it, allow you to take it all the way to next year. But anyway, you click on that, and what it'll show is this yellow book, and it tells you click on the image, and this will pop up, and it asks if they're ready to take the test. And you say yes, and then they just start working on the test. The number of questions, you don't have a say-so. It will range between 15 and 20 questions. It won't be over 20. And so once they take it, it will grade it, and it'll send it straight to you, and you can use that in your grade book as well. What I recommend, get all the skills that you think they need for milestones, assign those, and that's all they should be working on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if they're an 8th grader, testing on an 8th grade. But after that, what I would do, I would assign a test, the chapter test, as a grade after the test for them to hold them accountable for their work and just make sure they have learned everything. One thing about this, yes, you do need a laptop. However, if they don't have a laptop, You can get your iPad carts. If they don't have that, you can use your cell phone. The Launchpad is an app, so they can download the app on their cell phone and go through their book through the cell phone, and they can just take the quiz on their cell phone as well. So it's really no excuse, but I would recommend you do this Monday and Tuesday at least so they can be working on something. It's a lot of idle time during those testing periods. And the fact that you don't see anybody, all your classes, I would recommend you email those teachers on grade level and let them know that they can be working on that. It's just a tutorial on how to assign tests and quizzes through your math book. And thank you.